Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining me on Nav Tarot. Today I'll be doing a new love reading, looking at new love that might be coming into your life. We'll look at characteristics of that new love, what some challenges might be, and the best possible outcome or near-term outcome. I'll be doing the signs from Aries through Pisces. The messages will be general, so they may or may not resonate. You can check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or whatever placement you find you resonate with most on these types of readings. So we'll start. I've done a meditation for new love for all the Nev's subscribers. Thank you. Okay, so let me just tune into the energies of the cards. This is for Aries. We're starting with Aries. Okay, so new love. So Aries, the new love that might be coming into your life, maybe an individual who is patient, who when you initially meet them you might not be entirely sure if this is someone you would be interested in romantically. You might it might not occur to you, or you might second guess it, or it just you'll put it to the wayside. But it'll probably be something where you realize that there is something there between you and this connection over a little bit of time. They may or may not have a more moderate personality, neither too extreme one way or the other in terms of their emotions or their thoughts. Pretty balanced type of person, but they will be in touch with their emotions. They probably will have a good head on their shoulders. They will appreciate a balance. That might be something that's important to them, or it's something that might be an early hallmark of your connection. They will have a good sense of like a mind-body connection, and that might be something you guys connect about over as you meet. It could be that you even meet that person through some kind of activity. Could be physical activity or just an interest or a hobby or something. Something's going to be a bit of a spark there, and it'll grow. And then there'll be some point where you start to think, oh, there's potential in this connection. In terms of any challenges that this new love connection might face, it could be that something arises in your guys' connection, this new potential person that enters your life suddenly, without warning. You didn't see it coming because things were kind of, progressing slowly and moving well. And it'll be a test of a sort to see how you guys get through it. Some of the cards are kind of indicating that probably there's a good chance that you will get through it, and that might actually strengthen your feelings about the bonds of this connection, and make it a lasting connection, whether or not you end up together romantically. But there might be some kind of test of external things or something you didn't expect coming up. But it looks like you are either going to be up for the challenge to handle it because you've started to care for this person, or you both will together as a team. In terms of the best possible outcome or near-term outcome, it seems like this is going to be something you want to pursue. It's going to draw you both in. Again, even though there's things you're going to be compatible with each other about, it's possible that there are slight differences, but you guys are going to find a way to get in step, complement each other's differences. Not quite opposites attract. I'm not feeling that, but a way to kind of have those pieces of the different aspects of your personality synergize a little bit. You might feel a little bit, it might take a little bit of time to gain that momentum, but when it starts to go in that direction, you're going to start to feel passionate, which will be a little bit unexpected given how maybe the moderation with which you first come across this person, or the friendship, or whatever leads you to this person when you first meet them. Balance will be important again to your guys' connection. Equal give and take might be something that comes up as issues, but it could also be the thing which binds you together in the long term if you end up being long term. It might be that you guys have similar takes on partnerships, so not just romantic relationships, but partnerships. So this feels like it might have the potential for the long term in terms of being a effective partnership. So there's all different signs and elements here, but we do have Sagittarius, Scorpio, Cancerian, air energy, but it could be anything. This might end up being a important connection though, in your life, however it turns out. A fated one or a destined one. Okay. So that was for Aries. So we're going to move on to Taurus. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors of Taurus. Some new love, please. Thank you. Okay. So let's tune into the energies of the cards. It's at the bottom. Okay. So Taurus, in terms of what this new love might be, characteristics, this might be an earth sign or have a major earth placement like yourself, someone who's grounded, is successful in their own right, however you define abundance, but probably in a way that's similar to yourself. Someone who also has a quick wit, though, as well, can get in and out of as quickly as they can find themselves in hot water, can get themselves out of hot water. They might be a little bit of a warrior, which sometimes Tauruses also do. There might be some air placement in this person as well. You might meet this person under unexpected circumstances, or you just didn't think that, or they might be right under your nose. So it's unexpected that they might be right under your nose and you didn't think about it, or you just kind of run into them, or you find each other in a kind of unexpected way that will seem probably low key. You'll probably be attracted to this person somewhat immediately, but you may or may not actually think there's any. You might not be sure about where the future is going when you meet them. There might be, so in terms of the challenges that might come up, you or this person or the way your connection starts to develop might have some issues and sort of potentially some baggage that one of you are carrying, or just hesitancy from old interpersonal connections, or overthinking, not being able to, potentially freaking out at the first sign of a little hiccup. One or two of you both might have slightly different styles in how you communicate, or how you progress through the challenges or the arguments, so to speak, in a connection. You might be on different approaches in terms of how you guys do that. One person might have a more mental approach to things, while the other might be a little bit more, action oriented. So the challenge will be to find a way to make sure you're communicating in a way that your interactions are productive. You might also be at a distance from each other physically, or one of the challenges could be that one of you might have a tendency to kind of not say what you need to say sometimes to each other for fear of not wanting to rock the boat or protect your sense of self, because you don't want to get hurt. In terms of the potential, the best possible outcome or near-term outcome, you're going to be drawn to each other. It's going to potentially be romantic. You're going to feel young at heart again. It'll be kind of exciting. It'll be someone you can talk to and share your emotions with, and it'll probably be reciprocal to some extent. You'll feel a certain sense of freedom in how you guys interact and communicate. You'll see and feel like, the beauty of life again, stop and smell the roses, that type of thing. Be able to enjoy time in nature or gardening or any kinds of pursuits that make you in touch with beauty, in the sense of like Venus is the ruler, not a ruler, is the planet of Taurus. And so those types of things in terms of beauty and romance in that sense. And this connection, depending on how it goes and how it transpires, could be an important part, an important cycle, chapter in your life. It'll probably regenerate you somehow, which might mean that one or both of you have had some time either in the recent or in the distant past where you had adopted certain habits or beliefs that you might not have yourself have realized, or like limitations you put on your own outlook on love and relationships. And so this might regenerate that, in that I'm hearing hope springs eternal. So that's for Taurus. Okay. So next will be Gemini. Okay. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. New love. Oops, thank you for Gemini. Exciting. Okay, so let me just tune into the cards for Gemini. Okay, Gemini. So, in terms of the characteristics of this new love or this new connection coming into your life, it's going to make you happy, and you might be a little stunned that it makes you happy. This person might check off all your boxes, or you'll be surprised that they are checking off all your boxes even when you maybe hadn't anticipated it. You're going to wonder about whether this connection is too good to be true, or whether you're just better off on your own. It'll make you think about things. It could be someone you've known before, or it could be a strong sense of familiarity with this person when you meet them. You'll feel a strong connection with them, though maybe not right away, but you'll feel it early on potentially. You'll start to, or that person will start to also wonder about the potential long-term of this relationship, given that it'll seem to be like you guys are kind of aligning. At some point you're going to relax too. One of you or both of you might be relaxed with each other. You might, again, similar to the other signs, you might not really expect to meet this person, or it'll be at a place that you've been to before, but you just didn't realize that there was potential there, or it could be in the abstract where you didn't realize there was some potential there, or you just didn't see this person, or it could be somebody new in a place you've been to before, or vice versa, something like that. In terms of the challenges that you might face, or this connection might face, is that there could be something from the past. Again, if it's somebody from your past, there might be some baggage from that. And if it's not someone from the past, it could be lessons. I don't want to use the word baggage, but I keep using it. Lessons or baggage that one or both of you are carrying. So whether you already know them or whether they're new. Challenges could be, focusing a little more too much on, what was and what could be, instead of actually thinking about how to make concrete changes for the better of the connection. Someone who might be a little stagnant and times lost in their dreams of their childhood. It's possible that someone might also have some unresolved issues with things in their past that they haven't gotten over, like feeling like someone, an inability to trust due to an experience they had at some point in their life with someone they really cared about. So that might creep into this connection and become a challenge a little bit. And one, I don't feel it's both of you, but one of you might therefore have a hard time always being forthright and doing the necessary communication that one needs in a successful partnership. Saying what needs to be said and not trying to hide things, and being clear. Although that's more of a fear that might be present. In terms of the best possible outcome, both of you are actually probably going to be people looking for each other, seeking for each other, and will probably, if you can get through these, the bits of, wanting to be interested in each other in a connection, you will intertwine, you will intermingle, and probably start off in the right direction with a pretty strong foot in the right direction. Once you kind of let your guard down, or not, it's not really a guard, but once you might accept, like, hey, this is something interesting and worth exploring, you might actually find yourself really drawn to, both of you will be drawn to each other, see the potential there, be surprised by little coincidences and things you guys share. Some of you might look at that as a affirmation of why you're meant to be together. Well, some of you might be a little skeptical about it, but there's certainly potential in this connection, and it's what you're going to make of it. Meaning, Geminis are, there's a lot of quick wit, a lot of good energy to get things done, and based on what you both bring to the table, there's a possibility to take this seed of a very strong potential to be compatible and take it farther. Signs are, there's water energy here, there's some Scorpio energy, there's a little bit of air energy, a little bit of everything actually. So and I think there could also be, in the long term, if this is a relationship or connection that works out, communication. Like you might find yourself feeling at home with the way that you guys communicate and create together. So that's interesting. Okay, that was for Gemini. So moving on to Cancerian. new love reading for a Cancerian, please. Thank you. Wow. Okay, Cancerian. Let me tune into the energies of these cards. So, okay, Cancerian, there is strong potential in this connection. This might not necessarily be your next connection, but this is I think a reading for a strong connection that's coming into your life. It could be with somebody you already know. It could be with someone you've had a connection with in the past, but it could also be new, because that was the intention we set when we started the reading. This could be a person who's quite abundant, established, however you define abundance, not only financially, but emotionally, in any way that it's important to you. They'll be abundant to you. They might already have family, or they might be very interested in the long-term potential of family connections, with or without children, but the idea of like generational connections, like wanting a solid connection, and that's the both of you potentially. I think you both might be wanting that or feeling that in this connection. It will be a healing connection of some sort. Either you're going to encounter each other at a point where one of you will benefit from the healing energy of the other, or you will heal up any, I don't want to say minor, but the last little, you'll smooth out any of the last remaining rough edges around your heart, or this connection might do that, or have the potential to do that. Sometimes one of you might be a little bit more romantic and dreamy, one of you might be a little bit more practical, but I think you both are going to like the idea of love. In terms of connecting that to challenges, I think in this case they're both connected, especially in this Cancerian reading, between the characteristics of this connection and the challenges. If if one of you have existing family, or and that doesn't have to be like a children or former spouse or something like that. I mean, it could be anything. It could be, parents or something. But anyway, if you have, or extended family, but family could be an issue, meaning maybe there's some lack of compatibility, or someone doesn't get along with someone, or someone's family member doesn't like this new connection as much. It could also be that one wants to value the commitment in one way and the other doesn't, meaning that one, like whether or not you both want the same thing. There'll be love. I see a lot of love in this connection, but whether you want the same thing from this love, like whether you want a long-term partnership, whether you want children, how you see your lives living out, whether that's going to be on the same page or not. Someone might have gone through a cycle like this before and has felt hurt and really doesn't want to go back to that feeling, which is why they might bring this kind of energy to the table. I don't think that's what's going to happen in this connection, like meaning some sadness or some feeling of despair. I think it's actually something that's, like I said, the connection will heal, but it could be that some old wounds or issues of something that happened again in the past, even though maybe they've been healed and they're not an issue in this connection, it might affect what the both of you are wanting in terms of getting on the same page. Also, it's possible that one of you, like if it's going really well, the connection, that one of you thinks, is worried that, one person might be that type who's a little insecure and feels like something's going to get messed up. They're going to do something wrong and something will get messed up, maybe for something in their past. In terms of the short term, the best possible short-term outcome, I think there is union, like there's a chance for higher levels of commitment. Maybe it's just why we see it here. Maybe that will be both what brings you together or a sticking point, but there's certainly room for higher levels of commitment once you guys find each other's sense of balance and how you can see a future together. You will want to collaborate together. You'll realize that you are a good match for each other in the best possible scenario outcome. And when you guys are working together and really on the same page, other people are going to also see that you're a really good fit. And that might have to do with that challenge of family, or and it might be even the challenge of your own perceptions. But yeah. So that's what I have for you, Cancerian. We have earth, water, air, also specifically Aquarius, Libra. All the signs are here. But I guess actually no, fire's not here. But there is fire in one of the cards. But anyway, the signs don't really matter too much. So, okay. I was going to switch decks, but I think I'm going to stick with this deck for now. Should we? Yeah. Okay. So, moving on to Leo. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors of Leo. Give us a new love, thank you, reading for Leo. Okay, so let me just tune into the energies here a little. Okay. So Leo, this could be someone, either you or this person or the two of you together could, really, have a strong sense of self or power in your own right, strong energy, strong fire type leadership, presence energy. You'll find each other attractive. You'll be mystified by each other, intrigued by each other, but at the same time, you both might hold back showing how you feel about each other once you've met or once you realize that there's something here in this connection. If you guys do start connecting, you might be living a little bit of like the high life. Like, I don't know, I'm hearing that like it'll be, you'll both know how to make each other feel pampered and special. And to give to the situation. It'll be an interesting dynamic. It'll be a strong, energetic dynamic, but at the same time, like, not out of control, not wild. In terms of the challenges, there might be a little bit of conflict in how you guys interact or communicate, or one of you might have some internal conflict in how you choose to like get over tough situations or fights, or how you fight like in a relationship. One or both of you might just have so many different facets and aspects to your personality. It might be hard for you both to keep up with each other, or trying to figure out, where it is you guys connect, because there's so many different elements to yourselves. Your friends may or may not, in terms of, again, the challenges, may or may not get along with these people, or this person. It's also possible that one of you will not be happy with the other person's balance with their friendships and their external relationships as your connection starts to progress potentially. Or it's possible that someone, they have different takes on, someone might likes to, go out and, enjoy like a gregarious party type life, and the other doesn't, or something like that. But you both are confident enough and have enough energy to deal with those things if you talk through them. One might be better in touch with their emotions than the other as well. So that might be the challenges. In terms of the best possible outcome, or near-term outcome, is the development of love, of a beginning of an unconditional love, potentially even developing. So from just being drawn and attracted and mystified by each other and having kind of some passion or arguments, seeing that there's actually real emotions developing underneath, where you're really starting to worry about each other. You realize when you least expected that. You're worried when they don't call you in time, and you wonder what's happening, because you really care about them. And it'll be about trying to, because you don't like to feel, well, at least for whoever this reading is for, that might not be an energy you're comfortable with, getting too emotional. So you'll try to find some balance around that, how to be exposed or nurture the emotional parts of the relationship while still keeping your sense of balance and identity in terms of the things that are important to you. And you might even feel a little bit of a need to pull back if you get to the point of having a stronger relationship, because the emotions might even scare one of you a little bit. But definitely, again, good long-term potential here. So that's what we have for Leo. So let's move on to, trying to decide if I stay with this deck, to Virgo. Okay, we'll stay again with this deck. So it's going to be new love for Virgo. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors are Virgo. New love for Virgo. For Virgo. New love for Virgo. Thank you. Okay. So let's tune into the cards here. There's a lot of earth energy here, Virgo. There's other sides as well, but I'm feeling a lot of earth energy. So this new love, characteristics, temperament, this is going to be someone who is already accomplished, has already accomplished a lot in their life, or potentially quite ambitious and already, has done, has the evidence to show that they're heading in the direction of their ambitions, aligned between what they want, what their goal is, and already getting there. There might be someone who moves a little bit or slow, meaning they take their time, they're cautious, but they're someone that's reliable and you can trust. Their detailed nature will appeal to you. They might not be as detailed as you. They could be a fellow earth sign. But you will like that you can rely on them. And there's some sense of an early ability to trust them and to feel the loyalty, that they're not, that they mean what they say and they are who they are. In terms of the challenges that you might face, or you guys might, one of you might bring, is one of you might be a little bit more quiet than the other one wants, or you might both be quiet and have trouble expressing what is in your heart or what needs to be expressed. That probably comes out of the fact that there's some weariness or a desire to move slowly or caution, and so it might not actually be that someone's being secretive, but it's just that it'll appear like there are things unsaid. And that when you guys do try to talk, it's not coming out the way it should. It might feel a little immature or something to one of you, or yeah. You'll both be eager to learn and to please each other, but that itself could become a problem if you're both trying to please each other, but not really articulating that effectively to each other. There's also a small possibility that work schedules or school or life schedules, personal life schedules might be busy in a way that sometimes you feel like there's not enough time, and the other person might start to feel a little resentful or something like that. But these are all things, these are all practical type of problems that can be overcome. I see both of you ready though, ready to have this new connection. In terms of the best near-term possible outcome, there's a lot of potential for growth here, a lot of potential for a family to occur if that's what somebody wants, or certainly a long-term commitment that both of you will value. You'll both feel, in the best possible scenario, you'll both feel appreciated by each other, and it even might be that you guys complement each other, and that one likes to take care of the other person, the other likes to receive, something like that. And you might have compatibility in terms of how you both enjoy your downtime more than how you enjoy your activities or your interests or your careers or whatnot. You both might like to relax in the same way. You'll both be able to give each other space when you need it, once you get over that initial hump of not being making sure you can express and not feeling like one person's being secretive. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we have for Virgo. So yeah, mostly earth energy here, but could be any sign, but certainly some aspect of that connection is going to have a very strong earth-like presence, some groundedness to it, and how it develops, and how it could play out in the long term. Okay, so moving on to Libra. It's going to be new love for Libra. Oops. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors of Libra. I keep trying to decide if I want to move to a new deck. Okay, so this is for Libra. New love for Libra. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's tune into the cards for Libra. Okay, so Libra, this might, depending on where you are in your own life, Libra, this will either be connection where you'll think things are quite compatible, or in the ways that you are different are going to be a situation of potentially opposites attract. Someone will have I don't think necessarily, it could be age, but someone will have a younger feel and someone will have a more mature feel to them. But it'll work. It'll work in your guys' favor. So I'm feeling like, someone's going to be adventurous and, like to talk and, travel and move around and, experience new things, and the other person really enjoys that stuff too, but is a little more cautious and, often likes to be the observer, so it could be complementing each other in that way, or it could be that one makes the other person more excited to try new things, and the other energy allows the other person to be more calm. So actually, in line with Libra, it's a good mix of balance. Won't allow you to go to any extreme. You might feel a little jittery at first. I don't know why I'm feeling that. But something about this connection might feel a bit jittery. You or they are going to feel a little bit, not intimidated, but like a little in awe of the situation, but not in an intimidating way, more in a like, wow, that's so interesting type of way when you first connect. In terms of the challenges that you guys might face, is that there might be disagreements and hurt words when you have when you have disagreements and fights or something like that, or I don't even see that it's fights, that maybe fights would develop because you might both be misunderstanding what the other's intentions were. It's also possible that someone here still has some unhealed pain and wounds from previous connections, or they're really worried about that happening again, which would indicate that this is something that they've experienced before. One of you, or that could be you, one of you might be a little bit quick to jump the gun and, feel like you're being attacked and want to, defend yourself before hearing the full picture. And the other one might be a little bit more calm and, subtle. And so there might be issues in making sure your communication and how you interact doesn't lead to hurt words, hurt situations, and that the ego doesn't get involved in while you try to iron out the wrinkles in the connection that you might see early on, and also not to freak out at any wrinkles, to realize that you don't have to immediately stand guard and pull out your your weapons for that. In terms of the best possible outcome or near-term outcome is, I think you both, despite any issues, are going to give this connection a chance. You're not going to get rid of it. If there are problems, you'll want to work through it. Both of you will want to have some sense of emotional stability, and you'll try to address problems. Let me just think. Let me get one more card for this. Perfect. Come for Libra. Oops. So I'm just gonna get one more card for Libra here. Okay. So it might be a little bit slow, but the best possible outcome is that you'll both realize that there is a connection here that is exciting and one that is worth putting in effort into, but it might take longer or be more of a winding road than one of you wants it to be. Yeah. This is a strong connection, though, with a lot of potential. In some ways, you'll feel like this is a new person and you haven't connected with them before, but there'll be times that things were said and done and you'll think, wow, that really aligned or that really clicked. Certain things you'll notice and you'll think, oh, hey, this is not how things could work out. And then other things you'll notice and be like, wow, this could really turn into something. Could really create something here. Let me just look at this card one more time. This connection will bring out the thoughtfulness in you or in both of you, or whoever could use that a little bit more, versus that kind of, if someone's a bit more of a hothead, this connection will help bring some clarity about to the person who needs to feel more calm and reflective. Those traits, or they already have those traits, but it'll allow them to tap into that more. It's also emotional discernment. I think that for Libra, that relationship is going to bring in some stability, which you may or may not be used to, or the other person may not be used to. So at first you might think, oh, well, this isn't how, connections go, but you'll actually realize that this is how healthy connections go. So anyway, that was for Libra. So moving on to Scorpio. So spirit guides, angels, ancestors of Scorpio. New, thank you. Okay. So Scorpio, in terms of this new love, characteristics, temperament. Oh, I think I forgot to do signs for Libra, but I think most of the signs were there. Water, fire. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so this is for Scorpio. You or them or both of you might be feeling like you've wrapped up a certain phase of your life, a certain period of time where you've finally been able to get over some, emotional changes or conflicts in your life that may or may not have to do with a past romantic relationship. It could even just have to do with your emotional well-being in your own life, or with another person important in your life, friends, family. Or one of you might be in that state, and that's when you connect. You might not really be looking for anyone or for this person. The way they're going to come into your life is not where your focus is. They might not be your type right away, whatever that means, physically or something. They just might not be who you might think. It might be some of the stuff due to the stuff you've been going through, or your outlook on love, or it could just be that they're not really you're just not in that headspace. You guys will potentially be able to connect over some pain you both have experienced again in your life. It could be past relationships, it could be career, it could be anything. Just you can connect over the emotional lessons you've learned in your life. And emotional lessons, as well as lessons about how to manage conflict. If either of you had any issues with work or school or career, anyway, you're going to connect over something that caused you guys despair, potentially. In terms of the challenges that you might experience, you might have different ways of how you both want the connection to proceed. One person might be more passionate than the other, or you both will be passionate, but kind of in different ways. One person might still be kind of their current, their own life and lessons has led them to have a new outlook on life, while the other person, the way they handle moving on is in a different style. So you might have different styles in that sense. But I see that you both are intrigued and respect that about each other and want to come together. But it's hard. It's hard for you guys to come together. You just can't seem to line up properly. This could be someone from your past. We asked for new love, so we'll say it's new love, but there could be also, this is somebody from your past, and you're trying to regenerate a cycle with them. In terms of the best possible outcome, there is strong potential for a healthy, wholesome loving kind of relationship where you're both to be able to give to each other emotionally. I think you both want that. You or both of you will, or one of you will have to kind of push yourselves out of your comfort zone a little bit, or one of you might be a little bit more open to pushing the boundaries or taking risks than the other. But doing so is going to help you guys align and make any pain that's in this connection for whatever reason, because you guys have had it, it's being brought in from the past, help make that more productive. So there's potential in this connection, but it'll be a matter of the choices and decisions that are made. Yeah, so the decisions, this is one where there's a lot of stuff going on in your own personal lives as well as things around you. So how it plays out will really change based on free will. I mean, it does for everyone, but what were the signs? There was water, there was air, there were all the fixed signs, there was fire. So, all the elements, Scorpio. Okay. And we're also coming out of a Scorpio full moon. So, okay, so let's move on to Sagittarius. Thank you. Okay. I'm just going to tune into the energies for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, new love. What are the characteristics, challenges, best possible near-term outcome? Okay. So this connection might be something that's kind of already in your energy field or just kind of magically appears out of nowhere. It could be that you've been manifesting or that other person's been manifesting for a while and it's coming to fruition. It'll have all, it has the potential it has the potential to be a successful connection because of the ability to meet emotional needs, intellectual needs, how you guys live your lives, your schooling, your career, the types of goals and abundance you have, or it could be one that is born out of you guys talking about these things. A feeling of potential is there in this connection. It might be a connection where one person seems a little bit more closed off and the other person is a little bit more, showy or willing to kind of reveal themselves, good and bad and everything, but always very proud of, one person is proud of their strengths and vulnerabilities while the other person's much more cautious and careful and doesn't like to reveal things right away. I don't know, guys, you guys might meet through something to do with finance or a project or some inspiration you have about an idea or something, and one person's gonna help make it happen. But anyway, that was just for a small percentage of you. One of you will be really drawn to that other energy, which is really exciting, but you'll hold yourself back and maybe get a little scared at times and draw back, but will watch you. The one who holds back will watch the other person. One of you might be a little bit involved or preoccupied with things going on in your own life, your own career, finances, something like that. Trying to make sure that you're not taken advantage of. Something like that. Not because of any strong, overwhelming hurt or something, but just that's the nature of this person. Because they want, one of you or both of you, I feel like this might be the other person, will want they really value having a sense of material stability. And so sometimes this other more strong big picture energy might be a little bit, feels risky for them. In terms of the challenges, it'll be figuring out how to align that sense of, the material things, like how do, like, because I think this other person's going to feel a little bit like, you have different visions for how this will play out. So it'll be about, but you might not think that. Keep in mind the energies could reverse, but one of you might not think that while the other is. So it's about being able to communicate through your care and interest in love, or burgeoning love for each other, that that you do want to actually move towards the same direction. You do both want to create stuff, and that this person who has all this energy and ability to get stuff done and create, that they want to create something meaningful and tangible. So it's about being able to communicate that and see it for what it's worth, and create and to provide something tangible to give some evidence to that effect. In terms of the best possible outcome, at least in the short term, there's going to be excitement in this connection. I think both of you are going to make moves towards each other. That is, the person who's big picture, big energy, excited, just, ready to go, will tamper down a little bit of their energy, and the person who feels a little more closed off, or not closed off, more protective and cautious, is also going to kind of open up a little bit of the chains around their approach to connections or their heart, and you'll kind of be able to find some interesting excitement and communication in the middle. You might travel a little bit, you might connect over some kind of adventure, whether it's like just a weekend getaway, or once there's an ability to travel, or some new experience. It'll be new for one of you. Yeah. And the fact that you both want this to work is what's going to help this work in the long term, that you both want this to be successful. You want this to bear fruit. You want to show how much you can do and bring to a potential connection relationship. And that itself, that desire and setting of that intention is going to help. Oops. Okay, so that's what we have for you, Sagittarius, I think. Okay, so Capricorn. New love for Capricorn. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors of this, whoever comes across this video, as well as subscribers, Capricorn subscribers. Tell us a little bit about new love for Capricorn. Okay. Oh, it's too many. I'm going to start again. I guess I'm not going to change decks for this reading. Let's see. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay. So Capricorn, let me just tune into the energies a little bit. Okay. I don't know if I mentioned signs for the last one either. Let me do signs right now in case I don't. So we have water energy, fire energy, Gemini, yeah. But yeah, it could be anything, although I feel earth energy here, even though it's not officially here. Anyway, okay, so Capricorn. Maybe I'm just feeling your energy. So in terms of this new love, the characteristics, it'll feel like, I think it'll feel like a connection with a lot of possibilities and potential. The fact that it's not exactly clear which way it could go, like in terms of if it was a romantic relationship, all the different manifestations it could take. If it's just a friendship, what would it look like? The fact that there's almost so many options might make it almost seem like, Capricorn's very practical and focused, and maybe there'll even be a feeling of like, oh, do I want to Do I want to get involved in all of this? Why can't things be straightforward? But Capricorn is always up for the challenge, and there might be elements of it that seem challenging. It could be how you meet, how you connect, or once you realize that you have feelings for each other. That itself could be a bit of weight, but even though it's weighty and heavy and a bit of a challenge, you're going to want to explore it. One or the other might even feel a little bit jaded, a little bit like an old soul, or you guys are going to be able to connect over different struggles you've had and how you overcame them. There'll be some realignment of your sense of self, like your chakras. Like if one of you's more in your heart space, or one of you, doesn't, needs some help with the throat chakra, like you'll find that this connection itself helps bring you into feeling more aligned with yourself potentially. In terms of the challenges, Capricorn, there could be some issues around how to proceed, how to move this connection forward, and wanting to, lay that on the table and get a clear sense, but both parties not being able to say what they want to say, what's in their heart, or wanting some more time to study the connection, but in trying to study and figure out the ins and out of whether this connection is compatible with your life or your work, or why this person did or said that, might actually start to make the other person a little confused or skeptical of the other, or both ways. You'll also be drawn to each other, and I think that's going to make either one or both of you a bit uncomfortable, because maybe neither of you like to be too caught up in emotions. There might be an issue of opposites attracts, or a duality to this. You might do different things. You'll think about the compatibility in the real world, despite you guys getting along at an energetic level, or vice versa, something like that. The challenges will seem large. They will seem like too much of a weight to carry. You'll know that you can get through those challenges, but whether or not you want to. It's really about your perspective. In terms of the best possible outcome, both of you are interested and intrigued in seeing this go forward, and seeing what comes of it, what manifests, what grows from this. You'll both have put some hard work into it, and you both aren't scared of hard work, and so you will have the patience to see what comes, and you both can see the spark of what might be there, like the potential that could be there. You might know that minor modifications are necessary, and you'll be willing to do those things, and you'll both be capable of doing these things. Oh, okay, so there's also a sense of healthiness here, that one or both of you are where the other person lacks, is emotionally healthy enough or stable enough to help the other one through. So this person might actually in some ways be something you've manifested, and something you've actually wanted. But it'll be a matter of seeing whether the things that you feel are opposites can work out. Okay, let's do Aquarius. Okay. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors of Aquarius. Thank you. New love reading for Aquarius. Okay. Let's just tune into the energies, Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, this new love might not be something you're wanting or expecting right now, or vice versa. You're you're not going to be sure what to make of this person or this connection or they of you. I feel it's more you feeling a little like, who's this person? But energies could be reversed. You're going to keep your cards close to your chest, or that person might, and you'll both be drawn to each other. You'll both be intrigued by the idea of each other and pursuing a connection, but you're both not sure. You still need some pieces of information. It could have to do with what you want in your own future. It could have to do with things still in your headspace with the past. You'll be, I think this person is really attracted by you. Again, or vice versa. Excuse me. And in some ways, you're both going to appeal to each other's wishes, lists, or ego, but in a healthy way. You might know this person already, but if you do, or if you did, it might have not come to like a full, it didn't see its full potential through previously, but that's just for a small percentage of you. In terms of the challenges, Aquarius, okay, so you might be at a distance from each other, or you might, how you handle emotional conflict might leave one or the other feeling emotionally distant. At times you might not really be able to know how to work together to solve issues and hiccups in a productive way. One or both of you might not be the best at like talking through your feelings. It's almost like you might be trying so hard, either for this connection or because you want to be successful in connections in general. You might like end up making a mistake and then just kind of wanting to hide away from this mistake. One of you or both of you might have a little bit of pain, not really unhealed wounds or anything, but you still might have some scarring from your past or previous connections, which still you haven't fully been able to get rid of, that you still carry with you. You carry with them with you for lessons, but you'll have to think about whether they're actually helpful or not. In terms of the short term, the best possible outcome, when you least expect it, things might you'll suddenly realize that you feel a connection with this person. And you'll start putting effort in. Yeah, okay, this kind of tempers the more cautious, hesitant, wait and see, examine approaches that the potential near-term outcome is that if this type of connection comes into your life and you're thinking about it and you get through a little bit of the speed bumps, it'll be something suddenly unexpected, potentially external, but not necessarily that will come into one or both of your lives or the connection, and you'll both be surprised by how you guys work together as a team to figure it out, or how you're both mentally on the same page about how to fix the issue. This will lead to you feeling aligned and feeling like you guys are connected and not just caught up in illusions and secrecy, and you'll start to see the potential. Okay. There's some other stuff going on here, Aquarius, but we'll leave it at that for the new love reading. Okay. And to wrap up, we will do Pisces. So, spirit guides, angels, ancestors of Pisces. Universe. Oops. Please give us some insights for new love for Pisces. For those who are Pisces. feel like shuffling this a different way. Interesting. I don't know why I'm feeling compelled to shuffle it this way. Okay. So Pisces, and I'm actually gonna, I know I didn't do this for the other signs, but it feels that I'm supposed to do this for Pisces. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on with you Pisces, but apparently we're reading your spread a little differently. Okay, so let's just tune into the energies for Pisces. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I did signs again. Okay, let's do signs right now. So you have fire energy, water energy, all the fixed signs, Cancerian energy. Yeah. So everything's here. And earth energy. Okay, this connection. One or both of you have been thinking about it or manifesting it or wondering about it. But it's almost like you wonder about each other for so long, or the idea of finding love or a new connection. It's like you don't even tell anyone how much you want a romantic connection or how much you dream about one. You guys might be on the same page in terms of the things you want in your life, the patience you're both willing to have in terms of seeing positive outcomes. You might both be a bit spiritual and romantic, enjoy the beauty in life. You both might be dreamers. There's an ethereal quality to the connection. You could know each other, but I feel like you're searching. You're both searching, or so you might come across each other as a result of this searching. Or because you've manifested it, you'll feel like the search is leading you to this place. So you'll feel like this kind of deep soul connection, or you'll want to feel a deep soul connection. In terms of the challenges that you might have in this connection is difficulty trying to make decisions when it comes to your heart, potentially getting a little overwhelmed with the emotions you're feeling, trying to really take that next step and make a clear decision about things, whether you guys are talking or even something mundane that you're trying to decide upon. One or both of you will not really like conflict or internal, whether it's internal conflict you're bringing or drama, and you might not really have the best of tools to manage conflict. It could be that there are feelings or people or external interferences which could rattle one or both of you as well. Could also be an issue of expectations. One or both of you might have certain expectations from overthinking or feeling too much that could leave you confused. These are some of the challenges that might happen. In terms of the best possible outcome, at least in the near term, is I'll see both of you wanting to make a go of it, wanting to move forward, wanting to put aside any of the little problems or issues you see and really say, well, let's put our energy in and make this work. You'll try to do that in a healthy way, by valuing each other, by showing each other that you care and that you have a high regard for each other. You'll want to try to collaborate. You'll want to be there for each other. I feel like you're both going to want, and you especially Pisces, you're going to try to put your best foot forward if you decide to. If you decide to really take a stab at this thing, you're going to, do it with your, with all of your energy. And you're going to try to be like this decisive, one of you, taking the reins, taking the lead, but at the same time, you're going to have this soft heart inside. And you're going to try, and one of you might, as you move forward, try to not reveal the soft heart that's there. But I see that as almost a innocent, romantic type of gesture or emotion. There's something nebulous about this reading for you, Pisces. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if this is because your manifestation energies are so, like, maybe are very potent right now and it's really about what you're dreaming, or whether you're in the middle of something like this, or it's not what you expected when it comes in. Anyway, so that was for Pisces. Okay, great. So thank you for joining me today. I hope for new love, even though that may or may not be what we're all looking for, comes to all of you in a way that you want. Oops. So yes, I'm going to maybe try and do one about existing connections as well, look through it by signs or by elements and see if we see some more information. Thank you for joining me today and taking the time to check out the video or your sign. Please make sure to subscribe and like. We have, I do free card pulls for subscribers. I try to do it regularly. So by subscribing, you'll be able to unlock that, and also can do more detailed readings if you're interested. So have a great day. I hope something here helped you feel better, even if for a moment, and take care. Talk to you later. Bye.